All right. We are ready to go live. All right. Let's get some announcements set out here. Let me see something real quick. All right. Okay. All right. All right, we are ready to go here. Again. All right. We are going to hit the play button, and we are on. Yay! All right. Well, here we go. Time to get rolling here. All right. Logging in. I will admit, I did not hold my swim lessons today, and I am muy glad I did not. Usually I'd be a little cheesed off if I could not. I would not be able to hold my swim lessons. But today was cold. We had a storm roll in. And things got a little chilly. And you know what? You know what we're gonna do is we are actually going to roll. We're gonna roll an ad real quick. We're gonna roll that 60-second ad right here at the beginning. So people who come in are not forced to watch an ad. I'm doing this for you people. You absolutely blessed, wonderful people. Yarnamir Yager? I think that's a hockey fan. Yarmir Yager is a very good hockey player. And speaking of hockey, hi, Will.
Yes, hello. I figured since you're already in voice chat and probably in game, I'd come say hello before I got up from my man cave to head into work.
Oh. So what
Yeah.
is your new job?
Okay, so basically, I just put in my notice for my current job as a front desk associate at a hotel here
Right.
in the city I live in,
Right?
to leave and become a front desk associate at a different hotel in the
Oh,
city I live
was
in.
this the one that you were talking about the other day?
No,
Okay.
no, it's with my buddy that I used to work with at the bookstore.
Right.
No,
Okay.
so though apparently the owners of this new hotel that I'm now going to be working at, they actually own two properties here in town. One of which, the other one is basically a cross, like two buildings down from where my wife works.
Right.
And of course, my buddy, he works right across the street from where my wife works. So, depending on what happens, who knows? I might get transferred to the other hotel, and I'd be, that much closer to my wife, and she'd be just like, but
Yeah. Well,
no,
it's not bad.
honestly, if my wife figured that she'd be able to remain sane if we worked in the same place, then I'd probably be working at the ice company where she works.
Ice company?
Yes, she works for an ice company.
Wow.
They manufacture and then deliver ice.
Oh.
Bags of ice.
Well, there you go. So she's
I mean,
like
she works.
she's like Kristoff then.
Kristoff.
Frozen.
Yes. I'm just gonna go with yes.
Kristoff is in the ice business in the movie Frozen.
Okay, but you see, he delivers the ice.
Right. He cuts the ice and delivers the ice.
Okay, so he's in production and distribution. My wife is
more like
administration.
harvesting and distribution, but yes.
Getting the ice to the point where it can be delivered.
Yes.
My wife works in the office. Basically, the various drivers that deliver the ice, they have paperwork that they have to turn in, the invoices and such with the signatures and the stamps and the doodads and whatever.
Right. Yeah, the clerical stuff.
Yeah, basically, my wife's job, or at least originally, was to double check the information that the driver's distribution managers turned in for AR. And basically, if it's not right, she kicks it back to the distribution managers and saying, nope, this driver forgot this signature or this thing that's required for payment, so go get it or we're not going to get paid.
Right. So now this is like commercial ice, or is this like supermarkets and stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay. So like large commercial businesses, supermarkets.
The bags of ice that you find in the little freezers,
right,
in like 7-Elevens or in the grocery store.
Got it.
We supply those bags.
Okay. Well,
or they do.
Just the bags, or the no the bags with the ice in them. Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
So,
Well, that's a very much so worthwhile corporation.
and it's she she's been there I think about 4 years, and she's so good at her job that everyone in the corporate office knows who she is.
Well, that's always a good thing. Yeah, no, I hear you on the not wanting to work with your spouse. I mean, personally, I wouldn't really have a problem with it. I mean, because that's all I've known growing up, or my parents working with each other. I mean, I will openly admit it's kind of turned their relationship more into a business contract. It's kind of weird. I don't know. They don't really come off as the loving couple, more like very professional business associates.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. But, I'm just like, eh. I mean, like everyone, because my wife and I graduated in the same major. And, not many people really know the intricacies of civil engineering. So almost everybody inevitably asks us, oh, so do you two work together? Yeah, no.
We work together raising kids, but that's a family.
Yeah, no, but I mean, in all seriousness, if my wife wanted to like completely quit her job, we could find stuff for her to do, and she's actually pretty qualified to do it.
Yeah.
She would have to relearn a couple different things, and I mean, the most part, it's just being able to have the engineering know-how, how to manipulate the programs and such. So
Yeah.
it's stuff that she definitely has within her wheelhouse. Not necessarily her wheelhouse, but she has it within her toolkit
Hmm.
to be able to learn and be able to do. I mean, with her stuff though, no way. No way I could ever do her stuff, because 90% of it is like biochemistry and being able to read readouts of pollution levels and know what treatments go with what, and there is just so much of a gap there between structural and environmental engineering. I
Yeah.
it would take me forever to be able to bridge it. And on top of that, I would have to be very good at technical writing, which I am absolutely horrible at.
Well, you see, and if it wasn't for my wife's sanity, there have been a couple times where her boss has come to her and said, "Hey, I know your husband's struggling to try to find a job that he enjoys and likes. You know, do you want me to, do you want me to look at his resume, see if I'd hire him?" And you know, if it weren't for the fact that my wife would be like, "Yeah, we'd be working in the same office," I would not want to have to put up with him 24 hours a day.
I need
Then,
a break.
yeah. And
I
so,
love I love the poor schlub, but by golly, I need a break.
and if it wasn't for that, I probably would be working at the ice company, or at least have had a chance to shoot myself in the foot there and get fired. But and we and when she first mentioned it to me, that it's like, okay, my boss is asking about this, what do you think? And I'm like, yeah, I jump at the chance, but for your sanity, no. And she's like, I am so glad you said that. That's the exact answer I gave my boss.
Well,
So yeah.
honey, but I thought we loved each other and we could totally do good things together in the company. What? You don't love me anymore?
Well,
What?
I mean, the thing is, she does all the training for the office and the admin part of it, and that's where I'd be working. So one, she'd be training me how to do my job, and two, apparently she knows me, and especially with the bad jokes and the puns and everything, I'd yeah, I'd be cracking those all day long. And she said that if she had to hear my laugh at work, someone would be getting yeah, it wouldn't be pretty.
Oh,
But
pobrecito.
but as fun as it is sitting here chatting with you, I do have my last full shift to work at the old hotel.
All right.
So I need to jump out of voice, and I will probably jump into Twitch into the chat room once I get there and get situated. So
No, that's fine, man. Don't get yourself
yeah,
in trouble, though, man. Come on. You got one last night. Push it through to the end. Don't suck.
I've got 12 more hours there.
You got it, man. You got this.
All right, talk to you later.
All right. See you, dude. Wump. Gift of weapons. Okay. How is he going to take those over to the Hall of Flames? All right. Oh, his little midget salute is so cute. Hey, Rio, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro? If it please ye. Can I have a word with you? No, I'm going to walk away. Hey, why do I even bother? Alright, so tonight we are just going to be grinding through these quests. Just because, we got a lot of crap to do. See here. Can feel it in my bones. Yeah, he was talking about something, but I wasn't really paying attention. All right. All right, we are heading back. So, yep. So things are going good here in the Taqueria. I'm very, very proud to state that things are going well. Well, there's Bitrate Boomer. I've seen that guy before. He must be like right where I am in the MSQ. Oh, excuse me. Actually, I wanted to look at something. There was something I found the other day. Hold on. Here we go. I saw this new... What was it? Let's see here. Saw something the other day. Was it yesterday that I saw that? Oh, it wasn't there. Let's see here. Wasn't Corsair. Was it Corsair? There was a sound card I saw within a day or so ago. Let's see here. What was that? Was it the Creative Labs High Blaster? No, it wasn't Creative Labs. Yeah, it wasn't. Or was it Corsair? Wasn't it Corsair? Huh. Products. Let's see here. No, that's not it. Sorry, I'm off on a tangent. I will openly admit I am off on a tangent right now. I am trying to find the sound card that I saw yesterday. What was it? Was it Aces? What was that thing called? I know it wasn't Sound Blaster. Upcoming sound card? So remember, it's new. I know it's not that. Is it Asus? It wasn't Asus's. What was that? I am very sorry. This is really annoying me. Let me see if I can find that email. I shouldn't have deleted it. What was that thing called? XSplit? I know it's not that. I think it's on my normal email. Let's see here. I was looking at something yesterday. Corsair. Okay. No, it's not Corsair. It's not that. Show more. Let's see here. Man, this really annoys me because I know I saw this thing yesterday. No, that's not it on that. No. It's not it. Here, let me try. Let's try trash email. so it's definitely not there. Try our... There you go, EVGA. That's it. There you go, the new Audio Pro. There we are. Here we go. Yeah, I was looking at this sound card, and I'm just like, that's pretty dang cool. As I'm just like, ooh. Yeah, and it's all out of stock. Yeah, because you have a quarter out for headphone, line out, left and right, line in, mic in. Because then that would go to my sound bar. That would go out to headphones. So, yeah, because right now I'm utilizing a SteelSeries Arctis, and this is using a this uses a USB connection for its headphone. So I'm kind of like, I kind of can't. I don't really want to invest in a sound card, just because like I want to so badly. Just
we have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you.
However, if I use these headphones, I cannot use a sound card. Because it's USB plug-in, and the USB plug-in would completely bypass all of the sound card. So there is absolutely no point in getting it. But definitely one of these days, I will get a very nice
I had hoped
sound
to speak
card.
with Commander Leveilleur as well.
Some
but
very
I cannot
nice
afford to
monitor
wait any longer.
speakers and spend about $500 upgrading all my
The Lord Commander
sound,
sent me
which would
hither to request
make
your
my
aid
wife
in a
want to
matter
shoot
of
me.
grave import.
All
I
right.
see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm.
The alarm.
Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye.
Aye.
The brightening of the Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
Oh, delicious.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flag.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard-Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
It's a dog
Roar
whistle.
is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard-Zorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Sure. Alfalfa.
We knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
Death. and
When a great
destruction.
worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Bum, bum, bum!
Uh-oh.
All right. We be going snack hunting. Snack. Severus snack. Snack. I can't get my arm in my sleeve. There we go. Whew. All right. I'm actually pretty excited. Tomorrow I'm getting insulation for the garage doors of the taqueria. So we will have insulation on this wall. So the entirety of the garage will be insulated. Oh, and that reminds me, I kind of need to fix the roof a little bit. Cause since we put drywall up on the ceiling, we had a vent fan that we had in here, and can I just teleport out of here? Oh, nope, I shouldn't, because I can just exit. So so this year had big changes for the taqueria, big structural changes, as well as hardware changes. Well, with the 2060 that we're rolling now. We have between my wife and I, and our desire to make this a more comfortable space, we put in insulation and drywall, and completely redid the electrical and added a hardline connection in here for internet. And because of that, we have made this area a lot more comfortable to be in. I'll tell you right now, if I did not have this, all the insulation in, it would be freaking cold. Like, insanely cold in here. Well, insanely cold for a Californian. Boing. All right. So then we're finishing off. We're gonna finish off the final piece for insulation, which will be the garage door, and then probably this weekend I'm gonna finish off the roof area, get the vent fan off, re-shingle that area, and get that all set up so that we will be able to so that we can finally close that off, and then this place is all ready to go for the winter. Because I mean, I could put the vent fan, the Whirlybird, serves zero purpose up there. So, and it only costs like $25, but it did really good for the beginning of the year. When did I put that on last year? I think I put it on last year. End of last year, I think. All right. Cool. Keeper of the lake. All right, let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so you are in there, operator. So that's fine. I can do this. I I can do this! I'm pretty confident I should be able to do this. I like this music. Uh-oh, we got Speedo Boy. Oh! Hey, Fuzzy, how you doing? Okay.
About 2 seconds away on this. Discord.
Yeah, that's about right.
You don't know what this is. We're using implicit endpoint.
Eat it, Krabby. Hmm?
There's 3 people watching, but I can tell.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm never certain who is actually watching and who's just lurking.
Well, I think there was this too.
Nah, I don't. I personally. It's like, hey, if you're lurking, fantastic. If you're not, whatever.
I have a playful kitten who wants to play with the wire that hooks up to the computer. So, D-Lock will probably burn years ago.
Yeah, that's fine.
There you go. And now he's playing.
Snake boy.
Can't play with me. Fix that trigger cover. Someone always uses them for something.
Hey, Will. Will's at work. He was on at the beginning of the stream, but then he said he had to go.
I'm sorry that you're at work. Also, that's very late for work. Taking graveyard shift.
Wait, you're also at work?
Me? No.
Oh. Yeah, I was
I
gonna
work
say.
morning shift. Yep, graveyard shift.
So I take it this Zeke High Wind, he is a Dark Knight, right?
You don't have to count movie blows. Click on this, click on the news. Let's see, there's one move that gives it away.
Yeah, he's a Dark Knight. Einhanda.
on this fight, there's little bomb things that you want to throw away from you. If you get stuck. But of course, the stream tried to delay it even more.
Okay, very important cutscene after this dungeon. Got it.
Yeah. Okay, nope, hey, look. Just cut me out of. It. Do that again and didn't get done. Okay. Go. I warned you. I left you, but I warned you. Yes.
Is it freaking carrying a Gatling gun?
It's carrying one of the things I said so you not keep towards your team.
Oh, crap. I might not want to die.
Yeah, probably not. You probably don't want part of your team to die either.
Yeah. Okay. We're okay.
You rock your brat.
Almost. There you go. All right. Follow after Speedo Catboy.
Okay, that was a sound.
What? Speedo Catboy?
No. It might have been something else. Nope. Good. Good, no. Very confused because I just saw it continuing. But I'll see about it later. If I see it again.
Wait, you see something on stream or? Something to
But
do with me or something to do with gameplay?
Not. Probably more you than gameplay because I know it wouldn't be on gameplay.
Huh.
More like your stream. You have. I think it's a Discord overlay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's over, the Discord chat is over the player icons that are on
Yeah.
my party right now.
Yeah. So over your party group, with the Discord thing, it looks like my Twitch account is up there. Which is probably because I know that picture's not my Discord one.
That's what I think it is in Discord. Oh, crap.
No, because my Discord is a snake picture.
Huh. Oh, big item.
I'll print screen and then show you what I mean. And send you the thing later.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to go to bed soon, so. And the kitten is not playing with this lovely wire that connects the microphone to the headset.
Yeah, that's kind of weird sometimes.
At least he hasn't disconnected it yet. What happened to Mr. Mouse, Mr. Ewok? Oh.
Got those dinks all down.
I hit something.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. That was fun in that
That's a
area.
bow. That's a bow with a moogle on it. Oh crap!
Yeah, I hear you're all crap. Okay. I'm so sorry you saying no crap. They're very nice to you. Yeah, that's an old crap.
Yeah, it's like, hello, Mr. Tank Boy.
I think there was actually a fight that I've been in this game where both of our GPS did die. I did not have the ability to bring them back because how bad the fight was. Like, it was that I am trying to pay attention to this tank so he does not die, or she, I can't remember if it was no even. But as a white user, that time I'm like, this is stressful. And somehow we won.
That's like when you're like, this is fine. This is just fine.
It's more like, how the heck did you survive that?
Justice Team formation.
It was a fight later than this. Like, now I probably would be fine doing lower levels because it wouldn't be as bad. Where I've been through them before and being a lot higher level, I'll be at the max level for those dungeons, unless of course you see them juicing dungeons. And whatever the word is to do it, so you can get at the level you are on the dungeons that allow you to do that.
Mr. Tank Boy, pull the ads.
What the heck, you lost? You're losing your kitten first. Yeah.
Not good, not good.
You can do it now. Avoid the heat lines, if at all possible.
Yep. This battle's actually not going bad. Somebody get this dingus off me!
Yeah. That I agree with. What I think it sucks is it doesn't get affected by the heat stream when you do. And realistically, it would get affected by the heat stream.
Oh! Alright. Hey! Boom Sprite! How you doing? See, look at me. I'm doing dungeons without Sherpas. Oh, you're liking the new Pokemon game? Yeah, I was actually playing that with my older daughter tonight. It's so funny how much I take for granted my general knowledge of video games. Where I have to be like, no, you do this. You're like, no, you do this thing, and then that thing. No, don't use a water against a fire, Pokemon.
Yes, you do want to use a water against a fire Pokemon.
Like, why is your little sheepy Pokemon have no offensive moves anymore? It's pretty funny. It's like she was freaking out about this trainer duel. And I'm just like, okay, well, just bring out this Pokemon and, you know, just keep attacking and, well, but it's 3 levels higher. Yeah, so what? Keep poking it. It'll go down eventually. Hey, I haven't legitimately played a Pokemon since Red and Blue. And that was when they first came out when I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school when those games came out. It is pretty interesting, though, how much you do remember from Pokemon games. GPSQ moves offensive is merely coincidental. Oh, man.
That is funny, bro.
You mean she can read and looks hot? What a triple threat. Double threats. Ah. Ah. It's like I'm paying attention a little bit too much to chat right now.
Okay, I think you're at where you're at. I think you officially are in this card now into Heaven's Ward questline.
No, as far as I understand, I am in 2.5, which is the final patch before Heaven's Ward.
Oh, okay.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
This one has fun mechanics.
Misa Jowako.
So, just so you know, if you see a bird in the middle of the fight, you will want to kill it and go to it and activate what it drops when it dies.
Okay.
Thou hast
Activate Jerkbird. Got it.
grace of thy
Yep, pretty much.
Lord. Remember, mortal,
There is a good reason why,
and
but I will let you find out for
fear
yourself
me.
if you don't do the bird.
Okay. Yeah, yes, immediately. Why did you start without me? Ah!
Because people are idiots.
Do not start without your healer!
Yeah, never start without your healers, otherwise you're in trouble right off the get-go. Run. Wait, no, yeah, you're running. Okay. I gotta remember this stream is like 2-3 seconds behind me.
Okay, here's the Jerkbird.
Yes, that is the good bird. Kill the bird! Kill the bird! Okay, yeah, and then activate the bird. And as I'm saying, you're doing an attack.
I'm
So-
on the wrong keys.
Oh no! A friend of mine and I, our first time doing this fight, it took us forever to figure out some of the patterns. And then when we finally did, we got about halfway through the fight before we died again. Eventually, be proficient if you wish. Or just the way you're playing. Let's do this the first time. Ah, I need to fire again. You can kind of tell where I'm at just looking at screen too. There's
Right.
some like commentary.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Fly, like if you fly! Yeah, I agree with all that. That's about right. Ewok? Speaking of talking like a demo. I always find that point a good time to use medical too. When you have the shield over you.
Oh, okay.
Since it heals everybody and you know they're all within the same. Nice placement. You avoided AoEs altogether.
I do try. Ah! Yes!
Ah. Woo!
That got a little cray-cray.
Yeah, a little.
No, we made it. We made it.
And oh, the fun of poetic.
Yeah, we'll give it to DPS boy. That will pass. Oh! Log, log, log. Everyone wants a log. Go on and get your log. It's better than bad, it's good. Get your log, 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 log. Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-rum.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
You had fun with that.
Come on, Ren and Stimpy.
I never watched Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, you might be a better person for that. I will openly admit.
Better than bad, not mad. Oh, is that what it is?
No. The actual line is, it's log, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, it's better than bad, it's good. It was a little quasi-commercial they showed during Ren and Stimpy.
Speak.
It's like during Aquabat shows, they actually have a commercial for the pudding belt. Because everybody needs a belt with pudding cups. Because you have to stash your pudding cup somewhere.
Okay. Well, while you're doing this cutscene, I'm gonna shut up.
Guided by
Alright.
It's like Bill said, it's an important cutscene.
Got it.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father
Obviously, he didn't read the second article of faith.
We do not forget. We do not forgive.
I just heard the second hour. Take the stream for me to hear.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution.
Do you hear the people singing the songs of retribution? It is the song of all the people who will not be snakes again.
I rise to join in the chorus.
Are you a tenor?
Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet
Talk about-
thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end. Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Yay for plot armor. That looked harmful.
Looks harmful, it's not.
By the way, welcome, operator.
Hello.
Hi, Abby. Welcome to the craziness.
What do I
and-
do
I
with
see
my
you're
hands?
talking to Daddy Dragon.
Daddy Dragon.
Yes. Your feeble blessing of light has been stripped away from you.
But the
Bow
colors...
before him, feeble mortal.
Do you ever see the wolf cry into the blue horn moon? Or ask the dragon why he stole my color? But I can't paint with all the colors of the wind.
So, I take it your daughters were really into Pocahontas at some point.
Nope. I just, I kind of know that movie a little bit.
An oath breaker.
Oathbreaker?
Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall
The Japanese dialogue for this is actually much more enlightening. There was a ton of it that got cut for some reason.
Really?
Yes, there was a Reddit post somewhere that had an alternate translation that included all of the stuff that got removed.
Well, that's sad. They should have.
It
There's cutscenes that are long.
Yeah.
But at the same
Well,
time.
I think this is just a lost in translation thing. It happens in several cutscenes, but this is the most egregious case. It really sets up the exposition for Heavensward a little better. Or a lot better, really.
Little dragon boy!
Oh, you just
Yes.
The covenant
I would say something about that minion, but we can wait for him to find out.
Mm-hmm. New traveling companion. Midgard Sommer has joined your party. Da, 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 da.
Can you just wait outside while I go to the potty, at least?
It's fun being able to put my minions away.
of her body, and
get up to a certain point, that was my minion. And operator would probably know that point because of certain things.
The loyal and penitent shall rejoice.
Towards the end of Heavensward, right? Well, the main campaign of Heavensward.
Are beginning and an end.
I would say something about it, but I don't want to give spoilers to Pharaoh either.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And here I am, hemming a dress while I'm watching stream. Probably should be in bed since I need to be to work by 6:30 in the morning tomorrow.
It's only 6:30.
I had forgotten about that dungeon. But yes, you did have to do that one. And there's going to be at least one trial tonight. Hello.
Hi. By the way, speaking of supervision while going potty, I actually have a story about that.
Oh
Funnily enough.
dear.
When I was swimming for BYU, every year we had to do a mandatory No!
Use numpad 0.
You're freaking chunky kitty cat. Get that chonk out of here.
Where'd the kitty cat come from?
Tank mount. It's an achievement.
It's a chonk mount.
You do a lot of stuff, end game stuff as a gunbreaker, and they give you a giant saber-toothed tiger to ride.
That's cool.
Well, so anyway, so when I was swimming at BYU, every year we had to do a mandatory drug testing seminar thing, where they were pretty much like, follow the honor code and you'll be good. That's pretty much all it was. But by law, NCAA law, they had to conduct random drug testing. And it was always a kick because during the video, they were like, we must do supervised drug testing. What does supervised mean, you might ask?
It means they have to watch while you do the thing in the cup.
That means someone will watch you urinate in a cup. I had my buddy got pulled one year and he goes, I can't pee in a cup with some other dude watching me. I can't do it. So then he goes in there and he goes, I can't do this with you watching me. And he told me, the guy goes, we have ways of making you pee. I'm like, whoa. What are they? He goes, he just walked over and turned the faucet on. And immediately when he was out of eye shot, I could pee. It was, I told him I couldn't do it with him standing there. Yeah, I got pulled for one of those too. I walked in and I'm like, you must love your job.
Yeah, that's... I wouldn't want that job.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
No one wants to see that.
No, I had another buddy who swam for a different university. They were like, here, pick that guy for drug testing. He's Mormon.
I mean, if someone told me you got an LDS guy on the team, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna pick everyone but him.
Right?
Wait, pick everyone but him for what?
The drug testing.
Why would you not pick the LDS guy for drug testing?
Well, if we're doing random drug testing, it's like anyone but him.
Well,
because he's the least likely to be doing the drugs.
Well, but
Not
statistically.
necessarily.
okay, well that depends on what you're talking about. I was referring to the athletes that are all wanting to do
Mhm.
the drugs.
Yeah.
The athletes that want to do the drugs want the LDS guy to be picked, so it's not them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be why, if I was the one doing the testing, I'd be like, yeah, we're gonna not pick him. We're gonna pick any of you guys, though.
Well, my buddy said he got picked.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, just letting everyone know as an update, we have a new poll for this week's Saturday Viewer's Choice. Just letting you know. The choices this week are Crypto the Necrodancer, Beyond Good and Evil, Pandora's Tower, Victor, A Steampunk Story, Cat Quest, Pokemon Shield, and The Last Story on the Wii. Currently, we have a tie with 2 votes each. We have 2 for Pokemon Shield and 2 for Beyond Good and Evil. No, we have 2 for Crypto the Necrodancer, and then 1 for Beyond Good and Evil, and 1 for Victor, A Steampunk Story. So make sure you go over to that, get your vote in. If you are not in the Taqueria, which I think everyone is, there is a link to the Discord.
I would vote if it were for the fact that I'm not going to be here, so I'm not going to vote. But if I was going to be here, I would.
I mean, there have been plenty of times where I've voted and then not shown up.
Yeah, your attendance is never mandatory.
I don't know. Well, I would still want to just come, even if it was something that I didn't vote for. I'd still come anyway. But I'm not going to be at home at all most of Saturday.
I don't care.
Go vote.
It is your Taqueria civic duty to vote.
You see, I would vote this week, but I have no preference for which game you're going to play.
Like, there's also that.
None of those games are something that I either want you to play for the reason of I think it would be good entertainment, or I want to torture you.
No,
Why are you laughing?
you don't like that color. I don't like that color.
Read the chat.
Not a very good color.
Carol himself.
You have to love it.
It's Peril, not Peril.
Peril. It sounds like he's trying to be like dignified. The only person whose attendance to Feral Stream is mandatory, but is Peril himself.
It's like, who's Peril? We have Feral, but we
Gotta
don't
work
have
on stripping
Peril.
away that accent.
Yeah, you gotta get that pinky up when you drink your tea, Will.
No. You gotta strip away all the accent. Just speak like someone who's deaf.
Oh, you mean like last night when he put on the voice mod of his wife?
Wait, what?
Will popped a voice mod on last week, and I was just like, "Is your wife in the room, dude?"
Yeah, you don't hear it, but you have it. You have it.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit of a
Everyone
northern.
has an accent.
A little
unless
bit.
they're deaf.
A little bit of a northern states accent.
If you're deaf, you do not have an accent. Everyone else has an accent. It's just
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Just the way
you
it
have
is.
an accent. You sound like a deaf person. I would do an imitation, but it is highly inappropriate.
So
you have an American accent.
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Specifically a northeastern variety.
Yeah, at least try to throw the northeastern first. Everyone here has a frickin' American accent. Come on. That's low-hanging fruit, buddy.
Yeah. No, even where I'm at, I know there's like certain words that would give me away, and I don't remember the certain words, but I know they give me away. But yeah, there's.
Hello.
Right.
You say I sound like a deaf person?
No, I didn't.
No, he said only deaf people do not have an accent, which I say nay nay, deaf people do have an accent, and holy crap, the tiny guy is talking.
Yes, he's talking.
Creepy. And poof, the magic dragon lives in my cloak. He freaking freaks me out all the time in a land called Midgard-Sormer. Yeah, that
The
didn't
funny
work.
thing is that is Midgard.
That didn't work.
My friend, I
quite.
can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, now he resides within me, which is kind of creepy. Okay, stop staring at me, gosh.
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation.
Okay, so
as our soul calls for
Snake Boy
blackness.
got rid of my crystal's colors inside of me.
He stripped away the blessing of light.
Okay, so I am just now a warrior?
Yeah, you're just
Your
a
encounter
normal
with the
person
Keeper of the
without
Lake served to
Eidolon's
confirm our
blessing.
fears.
So does that
The
mean I
great
still have the
worm has
echo
roared,
thingy?
And it makes little
Yes.
difference if it was
Okay,
one of the
still
two
have the
in
echo
Eorzea
thingy.
or any other.
Don't have the internal shinies.
Don't have the power of the crystals.
Okay.
The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to
Which,
their exact
honestly,
nature.
the importance of that,
Will there
I'm
be
not really
enough to
entirely sure
repair a
of, but
massive
we'll
force?
see.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, it doesn't seem like, because in other iterations of Final Fantasies,
Well-
usually the crystals come out and do something. It doesn't seem like
So,
they've done much other than
supposedly,
exist
the
in this
reason
game.
you were able to survive Ultima
Ishgard has
and
weathered countless assaults over
the
centuries.
Praetorium
This will
was
be no
because of the
different.
power of the crystals. Like, if it
Oh,
hadn't been
okay.
for that, you'd have been
And now that you have confirmed the
vaporized.
threat, none can ignore
But-
the
Got
Lord
it.
Commander's call
As
for
far
the
as I can
Lords
recall
to be
the
frank.
story from this point forward,
I
it doesn't
dare
really
not
matter
presume to
what
speak
Midgard
for him,
Sommer did.
But I expect the Lord
Okay.
Commander would sing your
At least
praises.
as far as,
I
like,
must away.
definitely not in terms of
We shall meet
gameplay,
again
and
soon.
certainly not in terms of anything really in plot. Like, you don't
Yeah.
seem weaker at any point.
No, I don't remember anything either like that.
So I think they just kind of dropped the ball on that one. Like, they could have really done a lot more with that.
Countless assaults
Oh,
weathered,
yeah.
and this will be
And
no
they might have.
different.
It's just something we don't know
Why
about.
am I not convinced?
I don't think so. It's just like it would have to have been something in the main plot line, and
Mm.
there just wasn't any like moment where it's like, oh, if you'd had the blessing of flight, you could have done this differently or done that better or prevented this or something. It's just there's nothing.
Ow.
Amber alert.
I was like,
That
I know
hurt.
that one.
Go.
still hurt the second time through the screen.
Yeah, I turned those off.
Yeah, mine was on silent for that reason.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Amber Alerts actually break through silent mode. You have
I
to
don't
like
that.
dive into your phone and manually turn the thing off.
I must have somehow done that because I never hear the Amber Alerts on my phone. I have no idea how I did it.
Oddly enough, this Amber Alert wants me to dial 511 for more information. Usually it just gives me the description of the person,
Or
or
car,
the child in
whatever.
question and the vehicle, if there is a vehicle, no.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's the new version of the milk cartons, the face
Yeah.
on the milk cartons.
Yeah.
Oh no no no
Yes,
no
exactly.
no the post office. Jerry Seinfeld's got a bit on that. He goes, you know, you're in the post office and you look behind you, you see all those missing, you know, the missing people. You know, what are you supposed to do with that? You know, you look at that and you go, okay. Look at the person in front of you. Look at the person behind you. If they're not that person, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I mean,
Oh, you know, they put him up there and they hope that someone sees the photo on the billboard and recognizes, or not recognizes, but like remembers the photo on the billboard and
No,
then
I know,
sees them later, but
there's
no one remembers.
There's another part of the bit where he talks about the wanted poster. He goes, "It's always funny when you see the wanted posters. It's just like, well, you had the guy. You had the guy to take the picture. Why didn't you just grab him?"
Good point.
The other fun one is, I mean, this is completely unrelated. I was just thinking about it. It was Jeff Foxworthy talks about taking children to the supermarket, and they start throwing a tantrum and flailing on the floor. He goes, "When my children did that, all I would do is I'd walk away, walk to the next aisle, and then come back, lean over them, and just say, 'Where is your mother?' and then walk away." I'll openly admit there's been 1 or 2 times that my daughters have gone bug nuts at a supermarket. I just grab them over the shoulder like a sack of potatoes and just being like, "Nope, this is where you're gonna stay. You're gonna stay here because you're being a jerk, and everyone's gonna know you're being a jerk, and you're not moving." And she's beating on my back. I'm like, no. I'm not handling this.
Oh yes, the privilege or the joys of just having dad privileges. You know, just pick him up and slug him over your shoulder like it's nothing.
There was one day though. Oh, Will, did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the Jeff Dunham show? I hope you did, because it's glorious. But there was one time though.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know.
There was one time I was at the supermarket. There was a Spanish lady with her kid in the shopping cart, and the kid was just going bug nuts because he wanted something at the checkout line, and she just goes, "Bap!" just baps him right in the face. I'm just like, taking care of business. It's like that lady was not gonna let her kid be that kid that's just throwing a fit. It's like, oh, just don't, bap, and that kid shut up. It was glorious. It worked.
I love when a parent is not afraid to do what they need to do to teach their kids proper manners.
Oh my gosh.
The first step to permanently
That also reminds one more, and then we'll really just get through this cutscene. My wife and I took a marriage and family course at BYU together before we got married. It was the one offered by the religion department. So there was one main class offered by the religion department, and then another one offered by the marriage, family, human development department, which are full of people who, in my opinion, should not be at BYU, because that major is absolutely worthless. But anyway, I digress. So we were in that class, and we were talking about disciplining that day, and there are all these, I lovingly refer to them as Utardians, and they were just like, "Oh, well, in my family, we didn't believe in physical disciplining because we felt that it made them feel too bad, and we just sat in timeout, and knowing I disappointed my father hurt way worse than any spanking ever did." And I just raised my hand. I go, "My mom beat me with a belt because I deserved it." And there was literally an audible gasp from 2 or 3 students in the room. I'm just like, because I was just like, I'm gonna piss a couple of people off.
Here's what I have to say about corporal punishment. There are much more effective ways of hurting someone than physically touching them.
Yes.
Much more.
Are you going chemical warfare here? What are you talking about?
No.
Like throwing them on a floor and ripping a fart in their face? What are you?
Oh, yeah.
Psychological torture can be much more harmful. Like, so say a child does something wrong and you want to punish them. Well, don't punish them when they do something wrong. Wait until they do something right. then punish them.
Made of purest ether. However, we
That's
will
just
publish
effed
the
up.
data and the means to forge
That's
such
how
a
you
weapon.
really punish someone. It is that can cause psychological harm. But
Wait,
if you
wait.
really want to cause someone harm, that will do way more harm than spanking them ever will.
Okay. So in order to correct bad behavior,
I didn't say this was to correct bad behavior. I said this is how you punish someone for their bad behavior.
but then
You
but then the problem is, I'm a spanker. I will openly admit I'm a spanker. Spanking works. It does the job. It's very quick, very
So,
effective.
An
So
example
hold
of
on,
this.
hold on. So if I get this straight, you correct bad behavior by making them feel like utter garbage when they do something good?
So an example of this is the child has a tantrum. So you're in a bad mood for the rest of the day. So when the child's just fine in the afternoon and does something really cool and nice, like draws a nice little photo in flower or something, and wants you to praise them for it, you're just like, yeah, whatever.
There's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is
The-
made of.
Something as simple as that.
Oh, but then the problem is there's a disassociation there.
Yes,
with a
there
young...
is.
I still submit that is rather effed up because I'm using harsh
I'm not
consonants
saying
here.
it's not.
But
I'm saying it's very effective
it's
at
very
causing trauma.
yes, but the goal of causing the trauma with discipline is getting them to understand which actions are good and which actions are bad. What you're doing is bottling up the bad, the responses to bad actions, and then unloading them when they've actually done something that's kind of good. There becomes a dissonance in the head of, I shouldn't do this thing, but I'm okay with doing that thing. That's the logical problem with that.
That's where at first glance it goes at any rate. What it eventually ends up doing is the person becomes afraid to do anything
As such,
because they don't know what's right or wrong. Because you've created an environment where there is no really good option, because what they know is right is wrong, and what they know is wrong might be right, might be wrong.
It's all gone gray.
Exactly. So you create an environment where they can't act, and then you put them in a state of psychological just torment.
And
That's why we
would not
don't
wanna
punish
do that.
people like that. Yes,
Yeah,
well.
because that's considered.
This is how you punish someone, not discipline. Punish.
See, yes, there
Preference
are,
of interview.
wasn't there something in the Geneva Convention against this? I mean, I totally get where you're going at. I totally get what
No,
you're
you
going
could-
at.
This would actually probably be just fine to do to POWs.
Oh yeah,
As long as you don't do it, as long as you're not physical about it.
you
Well,
see,
too physical anyways, but
here's the dissonance here. We're talking about 3-year-old children here. You're talking about POWs. That should have been said from
here's
the
the thing,
onset.
Farrell. Here's the thing, Farrell. People do this to their toddlers without even realizing it. That example I gave you, how many times does a parent do that and not even realize that they're doing it?
Yes, ignorance is bliss. I mean,
Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before?
Yeah, it's just
Parasite can hold an absolute heap
this
of
is
ether, can't
something you don't think about it like that when you do it. But there are parents, probably the majority of them, that have done this without even thinking about it. You know, the kid does something to make them angry, and so when they do something good later, they don't reward them for their good behavior, they punish them for their earlier bad behavior.
yeah, no, I get that. I get that. But I mean, it sounds like you were like full blown mounting a campaign to absolutely destroy the desire of anything in children. I'm like,
No.
heavens. I
No,
thought I was
I'm
crazy.
saying, I'm saying there are much more effective methods of punishing than corporeal punishment, and I'm giving you the farthest extreme that I know
Okay,
of.
okay. As long as that qualifier is there, I'm okay with it. But I mean, my personal philosophy with regards to parenting is trying to, very much so reward the good behavior as much as possible and having as much fun with my kids as possible. But if they cross the line and do something horrible, I come down like a ton of bricks. They get a couple chances to do the right thing. I give them clear instructions on what the correct answer is to a certain situation. And if they do not do it, they get punished.
See, my idea about how discipline would work if I had kids would be to look towards God's example and how he handles us. We sin, he withdraws his presence from us and all of the blessings.
Okay, are we talking Old Testament or New Testament?
Current Testament.
Okay, current. Okay, as long as you ain't going Old Testament and turning your kids into pillars of salt.
No.
That would be a little extreme.
Yeah, but they were warned in the Old Testament and they chose to do it anyway. So, no, we're talking, so kid does something wrong, like say the kid breaks the vase. Well, kid has to bring themselves. The kid is now in a state of estrangement and has to overcome the state of estrangement through an atonement process of, apologizing and attempting to make things right.
That's the very problem we set out to solve.
Oh, speaking of punishments, we finally have a resolution to the whole idiot who hit my car issue.
Oh.
So I was at the high school doing my swim lessons, and some idiot just nicked the back of my car enough to cause actual damage to the paint job on the bumper. So there was a guy who actually saw it, and he wrote down the license plate number and stuck a note in my windshield. And so my wife goes down the next day to the school during school hours, and she actually finds the car and finds the license plate and the matching scars on the kid's car. So it's a brand new white Camaro.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, insurance is gonna love that.
Oh yeah. So then we talk. I text the kid. How did I get? Oh no, I have my wife leave a note on his windshield and say, "Hey, look, you hit my car. I have your license plate. I know I have a witness who saw it, who left his phone number. You need to contact me so we can get this thing resolved because you actually caused damage to my car." So then he texts me back and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just got the car. I'm worried that my parents are going to take it away from me if they find out I did this. And I'll pay you back. I'll pay you back." Okay, all right, sounds good. 3 months pass by. I'll get you the money. I'll get you the money. I'll get you the money. I was like, all right. So then finally, I was just like, okay, it's been 3 months, dude. I either need a portion of the money or I'm going to insurance. So then he didn't text me back for an entire week. So then I finally told my office manager, "Hey, look, make this happen. Go through insurance because my car technically doesn't belong to me. It belongs to my company." So I told my office manager, I was like, "Go, baby, go. Go after this kid." So then he started gathering this stuff together. He talked to our insurance guys, and they go, "He hasn't given you his insurance?" They go, "No." "Well, here's the problem. If you have the license plate, you can go through the state. And if you go through the state, it's going to be deemed a hit and run.
And he's going to jail.
Probably. So, so my office manager texts the kid. He goes, yeah, if you don't give me your insurance and a copy of your driver's license, we're going to the state and you're going to be charged with a hit and run, boy.
And we can help
And he goes, "Fakink," sent the stuff. So yeah. So now we're going through insurance and yay.
And he's probably lost that shiny Camaro.
He deserves it because I think he's a
yes.
polo player.
He definitely deserves it because he tried to hide it from his parents rather than coming straight out and admitting he messed up.
Oh yeah, no. He totally botched this whole thing. He messed this whole thing up. It's all on this kid. I gave him plenty of chances, plenty of grace. Even quasi-coached him on how to approach his parents in terms of, dude, tell the truth, own up to it. It's going to be a lot better for you if you just own up to this thing. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Water polo player. Yes, water polo player. At least I think. I think he's a water polo player. That's what one of the assistant coaches that I coach with told me. She thinks he's a water polo player because she saw the Facebook post.
What if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap
My
them
wife
out
put a
from
Facebook
afar?
post up about it, and
Mile away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea.
All right, so we're gonna cut a big, gigantic piece of rock, put it on a barge, and then use it to do stuff.
No.
My theories to the proof,
We are not doing
but I've
any
got
of
a bad
that.
feeling about this.
No. These are all just options they're trying to figure out.
If you think
Oh,
it's
okay.
worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us,
No, Moonbreed is going to build something that will allow us to tap into the ether of a gigantic corrupted
However,
crystal from at least a mile away.
So
A
quite a
mile
way.
away?
Malm. Basically a mile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1 second.
I thought you might say that. But no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your
That
permission,
device to be
I'd like
specific.
To try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out.
I am the keymaster. Are you the gatekeeper?
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether.
Ooh, big bada boom.
Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
Yeah, up your butt and around the corner.
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart.
Wait, was
Ideal for
Alphanod
your
just like
needs, I should
listening
have
at the
thought.
door?
Oh, and if you do
Probably.
elect to visit the place,
Or on the link probe.
I should be much obliged if you would
Okay,
assist
that
me
would
in
make
He
more
another
sense.
visit while
was
you are in the
probably
area.
just standing on the other side
Probably.
and eavesdropping for like
Oh.
half the conversation.
I was gonna say, was poor Alfie not invited to the big boy party?
No, he probably just got here late.
Oh, jerk.
Crystal Brave stuff and all that.
has something
Oh.
happened?
And with all the proper etiquette he most likely was raised with, he probably didn't want to interrupt.
No, I think he was wenching.
That's
Movement has been
Mm.
observed at Castrum Meridian.
I'm not sure he's old enough that any of them would even own, like, I think they'd be like, "Are you lost, little boy?"
During Operation Archon,
I
the
don't, I
Alliance
really
dealt
don't think he
Stronghold
could,
a heavy blow. Its
you know.
facilities were extensively damaged,
So there is
and its
one thing,
garrison
though,
reduced to a
throughout
fraction
the
of
story
its
that I think
former
I
strength.
noticed. I think he actually does grow as the thing progresses.
maybe. I don't
Not
think,
long after our
I'm
forces
not
withdrew,
noticeably to my
however, our
eye.
ranks were replenished
Not
by
like
reinforcements
incredibly
from
noticeably,
Castrum
but
Sentry.
like I had
They
one
now
conceit
seek
where
to
I remembered
rebuild,
how high he
and
was,
to this end, they have
how
their
tall he was
sights
at the
set
time.
upon the ceruleum
and then this
processing
next
plant.
scene, I'm like, wait a minute, when did you get like that tall?
Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the
matures,
resources
not
to
grow.
sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival.
Maybe he does get a
and they
little
will doubtless
taller,
fight like desperate
but
men.
It would make sense considering, he's about
Yeah.
teenage age.
Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves,
I don't know.
Their strength alone may not suffice to
As
stay
far
the
as
Imperial assault.
the Charlayan
I
homeland
request
is
the Scion's
concerned, he
aid
and
in our
Alice
defensive
are
efforts.
adults,
Mm.
but they don't
If
seem to
I
be
didn't
physically
know
mature.
better, I'd say you were trying
No.
to
Given
inveigle
most
us into
Elizans
fighting your
stand
battle
at
with the
like
promise of shiny
6 feet
crystals.
plus.
Well then, consider me inveigled. I
So
won't lie,
maybe
the crystals you speak of
men-
sound perfect. So the
Mentally mature,
Garleans
but
have
not
to go.
physically mature.
Something like that.
Besides, we can't
I like
afford
that
to beat
word,
about the bush.
inveigled.
There's no telling when the Arceans
Maybe the
might-
Charlayans just say, you're an adult at the onset of puberty.
Thine eagerness to
Because
hurl
they're
thyself
weird like
into the
that.
jaws
Or
of
maybe it's just
danger
because they've
cometh as little
graduated from
surprise.
their
Exercise due caution.
schooling stuff so early,
Though you have
and they're like,
become a crystal
as soon
brave,
as
you are yet a
well,
scion,
because
Arthur.
Charlayans are all about that
We can
knowledge
hardly
thing,
refuse
so
you.
Mm.
maybe it's, you know,
Pray,
you
join
finish
the
your
crystal
studies,
braves and
you're an
lend them
adult.
your support. Thangred and Papa Limo shall
You know
accompany
enough
you.
to basically protect yourself if you need to and continue on with
Yeah.
life.
Ida and
Yeah,
Yashtona,
basically something like that.
in the meantime, I would have you
I mean,
assist
the
me in Ida.
Charlayans, they have
Spare
a
us the crystal
very
clusters, that the testing may
isolationist
commence as soon as the
view.
Garlean
They don't
threat has been
want to get
eliminated.
involved in anyone's fights, and they, when the Ishgard, or not the Ishgardians, the Garleans
If it please
invaded
you, I shall
Alamigo, they
continue my
actually
own experiments on
packed up
white
and
orsa.
left.
Thank you,
Because they
Ariel
used to
J.
be
Everyone,
in the
pray
Dravanian
see to your
hinterlands,
preparations and depart as soon.
but they just
Well-
packed up and went back to the Charlayan homeland when there was a threat of Garlean invasion. They didn't want to get involved in Eorzean affairs.
Makes sense.
With the notable exceptions of Louis Sois, Ishtola, Urianger,
Yeah.
Thancred
Scion.
wasn't from Charlayan. He was
Well, you
from
can
Ul'dah, but Louis Sois took him on as an apprentice in 1.0.
You can kind of tell by the he kind of lacks the neck mark. Technically.
Thancred has the tattoo on his neck.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe it's just something about him didn't seem like he was.
He's
really
not as,
like-
let's say, scholarly.
That might be part of it.
He starts out as more of a skirt chaser, and less of that as the story goes on.
Yeah. Oh, see, when I first met him, I didn't realize how much of a skirt chaser he was at the beginning until I actually did a start in Ul'dah. It's like, oh, that's fun. And I have to laugh because a friend of mine who she plays as well on the other world that I play on, he's one of her favorites. And I'm like, are you sure you want this person to be your favorite? I'm like, oh, later on it gets better. I'll accept this because it is you.
Yeah, once he gets some more maturity, he's a much better person.
It's kind of interesting to see how the maturity of each of the character goes on as the thing continues and how you play along.
Ishola, she just does not really change.
No, not really.
Maybe a little more, less risky, shall we say?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
the
do you
biggest-
want to party up, operator?
Yeah, if you want to invite me.
All right. All the scions, with maybe the exception of Infilia, mature.
Yeah, Minfilia doesn't really change.
She really doesn't need to, though. Like, from when you meet her, she is pretty mature herself.
Yeah, I think all of her growth happened in 1.0. So,
Probably.
and evidently in between 1.0 and 2.0 because there is that 5-year story gap.
Mm.
Oh yes, this young chap.
One of these days, when I'm not doing other parts of life and getting ready for other parts of life like I am this week, I just need to delve into the whole lore and everything so I can actually get everything. Because this game, there's so much depth to it that's out of gameplay and from previous, because I started on the current Realms Reborn. So it's the main story quest that Farrell is doing. Absolutely love it. And absolutely love the storyline. And so I would love to see, other storylines. And I think I've talked about how I would love to play some of the other Final Fantasies. But just delving into it to see some of the details, or like what you were talking about earlier with how the Japanese version has a lot better detail to the fight he had today. And so.
And specifically that cutscene after the fight, really.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot. Yeah. Sorry, I'm hearing streams. But there's a lot of things that I'm like, I'm sure this would make so much more sense if I read this, or just at least a rough English translation of it. And the whole thing, not just partial or what may have been cut out.
Oh, yay, another hide and go seek quest. Oh, I do love these hide and go seek quests.
Has he gotten into either currents yet?
That doesn't come into play until Heavensward. Because you have 0 flight in Realm Reborn zones.
That's true. Which sucks half the time.
At least there's only what? Like half the areas, half the world zones, but you don't really go to any of them in Shadowbringers, so.
Eventually I'll get to Shadowbringers. I need to get on at a time another friend of mine to play, because I know she'll help me because she's spot typing already. And then
There
I'll
goes
go
2.
Check up high.
What?
One of the bombs. Check up high. Very high, to be precise.
That sounds ominous.
Are you talking to me or were you talking to Farrell?
Farrell. He's looking for bombs at the moment.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
You can't say bomb on an airplane! I love that line. That whole interrogation scene. It's just,
I literally,
like the only scene from that movie I saw.
A girl I dated back in high school, her dad reminded me of Robert De Niro in that movie. Like, almost just could have been his double in the movie.
Oh, dang. Dang, bro.
Parkour, hardcore.
It's really not that hard to parkour this. It's like not even
Shush.
parkour.
Shush. I make this stuff look good.
Is it not this one that has it? No, it is this one. It's just all the way over there.
Yep. Will wants to know if Hildebrand is in Shadow Buddies.
Not yet. I don't expect that until at least 5.4 or 5.55. Like, the Stormblood Hildebrand came out in like 4.55.
That's a nice looking banana to the right of me.
That is someone wearing the monk artifact gear.
Ah. He dyed it like a banana.
No, it's that color naturally.
I didn't know buttermelon was an actual color. So this was, so that was like sabotage in the camp, right?
They were attempting to blow up the... So ceruleum is processed at this facility that you're at, and ceruleum is a very volatile substance. It powers airships, and... No, they didn't, Will. It was... The Hildebrand story all came out in one patch. And so... The... Ceruleum, if you blow it up, it makes a really big explosion.
Okay.
Then... So if you were to blow up the ceruleum processing plant, it would be massive. No, Will, they didn't have... Like, the quest for the Hildebrand stuff came out later. They didn't spread it out. There were elements that were put in place before, but it didn't put it all out at once. Because there were only 3, 6, 9 quests for Stormblood Hildebrand.
Simple search and destroy, they said. 3-hour tour, they said.
Crazy. I do need to go to bed now, so enjoy the
Good night.
rest of the day.
All right.
Good night.
See you later. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
All right. Let's defeat the next Imperial squad. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I need to beat you up. And there you go. Okay. Now back to talk to these people. Let's see here.
Huh. It was fetch 0.5. That's odd. Oops. Oh, wait. That's the current version. Okay.
Yeah, I might want to mend my equipment.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know, I know.
Oh yes,
Espérance
this
never
conversation.
tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say?
Let's see,
I like
4.58.
axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one.
I like axes.
And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether. Which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
Hanassian.
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not... Let me direct my words to one who understands them. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of...
Not a good.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down.
Oh, bugger.
You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? Oh, dear. Could it be that frail shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. Now
yes.
is the time to claim the stuff.
Let's see.
With it
Oh.
in my grasp,
That is odd. Maybe they did do
What did
Hildebrand
that
in
bastard want
parts.
with us?
It's odd.
Operator was
Nobrialis, he
wrong.
calls himself. With charm
Let me
like
check
that, I'll
this
bet he has
again.
millions falling at his feet, unconscious.
I am not wrong. Operator is never wrong.
But this staff, you say just talking
Okay, so they
about it had the
added
bastard
the last
grinning like a
two
brat on his
in
name day.
4.56. They add
He
them.
means Tupsimati. Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in
There's the
danger.
button I needed.
Uh-oh.
Hmm? Oh, yes. When you get out of that cutscene, I've got a teleport offer you should probably
Hey.
accept.
Darkwalker, what up?
Oh, wait, that's what I wanted.
Welcome to the taqueria, my friend. Knife ears. What do you mean by knife ears? Is it that my character looks like she's got knives for ears? I mean, they are quite handy at slicing cheese.
Did they do it in parts in Heavensward? I wasn't around for Heavensward. It does seem... Well, they do typically do a lot of things in parts, but Hildebrand would seem a weird thing to do in parts, given they usually put at least, well, I suppose in Heavens... Well, actually, no, they did put a trial behind it in Heavensward. They always put a trial behind Hildebrand.
Oh no! The staff is gone!
You two.
This is odd indeed.
So you were able to divine.
I don't
my
think they'll do it
intent.
in parts for
What
Shadowbringers,
now,
though.
warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull and
Because the way they set it up,
What do you mean?
honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do with
Do not
the
know.
Shadowbringers Hildebrand.
Then I suppose it is only right.
It just doesn't seem like something they've set up to do in parts
The
really well.
blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain.
Don't you dare put
My
your feet on the
kind, I
mahogany.
say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea, being of
I don't think they have an emote for that,
I
and
need look no longer.
they weren't
Now
doing
that the
anything
seal is
more than
gone,
basic
I need to
emotes
act.
for
Unlike the
this
others,
sort of
I am
stuff
not
yet.
given to
Okay.
waiting.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the Scot.
Yeah. Force pull.
harm her!
Ooh!
You simply do not learn.
Why must you insist on forcing my hand?
Also,
Did you learn
jumping through the
nothing
air
from
for
our
an
last
overhead
meeting?
strike like that is a stupid
But I
idea.
forget.
Just a flesh wound.
Fall upon death.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use
You
could
could
you
speak
have
a
for it?
language that everyone can speak.
It's shiny.
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept
Thou fool! Thou knowest not the power of the relic that thou
the
holdest.
stone tablet it bears is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings.
We had the solution the entire time.
Uh-huh.
How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power
If he
of
has the horn.
12 without
Right.
making them an offering of crystals?
Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether.
Which they do
Even a
not.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this.
Well, that can be arranged.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now.
Yeah.
Alas, Elidibus would never let
As
me
you
hear
wish.
the end of it.
Oh, and the nagging and nagging.
Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
Oof.
Now, for the real fun of the evening.
After them! Quickly!
Now for the main event.
Right. Here I go. Duty. All right, so you can do this with me, right?
Mm-hmm. Kind of have to.
Oh. You don't necessarily have to.
True. But you do have to have people. It'll be almost at the bottom of the list.
Oh, is this a trial?
Yes.
Okay.
They add very few dungeons. It's the Chrysalis.
Oh, the chrysalis. There we go. There we go. And so the idea is, I mean, just general playing this game. If I were to queue up multiples of those, would I only join one of them, or would it kind of be like I join one and then I join the next one, then I join the next one?
It puts you in one, whichever one it's able to fill a party for first. And, yeah. Once you get out, you could just hit the re-queue button and it would just try to fill you into whatever party it could get you in first. It wouldn't even remove that one from the list.
Oh, okay. So that's for like people who are grinding certain dungeons and don't necessarily care which one they do.
Not so much dungeons. The only dungeons that you would grind would be the expert roulette dungeons, and there's already an expert roulette for them.
Oh, okay.
So, kind of negates the point of that. When it comes to normal raids, however, the normal raids roulette has every normal raid from Heaven's Word, Stormblood, and Shadowbringers. So, if you're wanting to do normal raids to get the rewards from normal raids that are Shadowbringers specific, you would select the Shadowbringers specific raids and then just hit the Q button. /sit.
There you go. Look at that. I'm sitting. I'm so prim and proper. Alright, I'm bored. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I actually saw someone whose character name was a was a different spelling of a very popular hockey player named Jaromir Jagr. Thought that was pretty interesting.
You know, I know one hockey player's name. You get one guess as to which hockey player's name I know.
Sidney Crosby?
Wrong. Wayne Gretzky.
Okay. I actually watched him play when I was a kid. When I was in first grade. That was the real heyday of the Gretzky era.
Yeah.
Man, we are having... Gordie Howe.
Who?
Gordie Howe...
Is that a real person?
Yeah. Gordie Howe is one of the all-time hockey greatest. He played in the 50s. He was mostly on the Detroit Red Wings. Very, very, very good player. Often heralded as one of the absolute greatest players ever in the NHL. This was in the days when they were real men and didn't wear helmets. And the goalie just had a little piece of plastic over his face, and that was it. That was when the real men played hockey. I will admit, though, hockey is the only team sport that I could actually tolerate watching on television. But the absolute coolest thing about hockey, though, is just the absolute dynamic play style of the...
No. The coolest thing about hockey is the fights.
I mean, I think we've had this discussion before, but the only problem with the fights is that they have toned them down so much over the years. Back in the 90s, dude, they would fight all the time. Also,
as the old joke goes, I went to see a fist fight and a hockey game broke out.
Right. But in the late 80s, early 90s, there were fights all the time.
Yeah.
But in yeah, I can't do that one. Damn. All right. Let's do this thing. Full party. All right, after we finish this, I'm going to be calling it for the night. Ugh. Duty. Oh. Poor nurse. It's not nice to hang up nurse like that. Oh. Creepy boy.
You're the only one watching the cutscene. He said better go very smoothly.
That's nice. Everyone else is like, yay, an extra 100 Algian tombstones.
Okay, so you want to alternate the orb types that you pick up here, because you get a vulnerability, and you don't want to stack two of the same vulnerability. Okay, Nabriels is going to make himself obnoxious for a few minutes. Okay, I think this is the part where he creates. Okay, so he's gonna do this again. Res, please.
I got you.
Okay, now he's going to put a dot on us and he's going to jump into an alternate dimension. Do not jump into the portal after him until the dot has worn off. That's the dot. That's the portal. Wait for the dot to wear off before going through. Crap, that's bad. Okay. Tanks need to take the meteor pads. Healers need to keep them alive. DPS have to kill the thing. That.
Woohoo! Secret Asian man. I like it. Oof. Yosh. Woohoo! Commendation.
safe. Thank the 12.
Dum. That's not creepy.
That would be Nabrialis.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come?
Well, we kicked your butt once. I think we can do it again.
Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again.
Testing time.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
Dickman, throw the trap.
What trickery is this? No, no, cannot, no!
Funny thing about genies. All the cosmic power. Itty bitty living space.
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free.
1,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
I call upon the
Concentrate.
light.
Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the blade of light.
Roar. Soldier bolt!
Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me. I shall
More
make you pay for your
ether.
insolence.
Do not cross the streams.
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea.
No,
Lend
cross the
us your
streams.
divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
First taste is free.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louis.
And Moonbreeder has had an epiphany.
I understand now. The choice you made in death. There is life. Farewell, Louis.
Souls are made of ether. Prodigious amounts of it.
It's like Transistor all over again. No!
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Apparently not. Apparently you're not immortal. Hadouken!
Nabrialis, erased from existence.
She's gone.
Yo, cute.
You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead.
Oh.
This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
Oh, now you come.
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Ariange know?
No.
Yes.
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
Excuse me.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens. Yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day.
About that. About that.
Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was... When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louis Soir gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt them.
The Louis Soir I knew would never forsake his duty.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louis Soir hid his intent. He but did... Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. Speakest thou in earnest? Did... the realization hath set her free. She may now... Oh, Moonbreeder.
Oh, Louis Soir did care about her.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess them. Her sacrifice must not be in vain.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in my...
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require.
So, question, is there going to be a big old cutscene before I start the Heavensward content?
There will be many long cutscenes between here and the start of Heavensward.
Well, I mean like a really big, fancy cinematic.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Nothing too fancy anyways. Let's see.
Direct hit, critical hit, or determination?
Crit.
All right. Okay, well, I'm going to head out of here, get into the town area, and then we're going to call it a night. We'll pick up there tomorrow night.
Okay, so yes, you are very close to the end now. Just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 quests.
Oh, crikey.
Which, if I just scroll all the way to the quest for where you're at in the story, that's all of them that are on that little window of everything I can see.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, we're going to shut things down here in the taqueria. I'm going to pop out of chat.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Have a good night, man. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
So yeah. I mean, we're so close. We're so close to Heavensward content. Yay! We should be able to blow through most of that tomorrow. Well, anyway, that's it for me. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Oh, you were gonna raid. I'm so sorry, Deo. So sorry. But hey, here's what you can do. Here, Deotis. Hold up. I got something for you to do. Here. You need to pop in. You need to pop in my Discord, and you need to go to the hashtag Viewers Choice Saturday poll, and you need to vote. So instead of rating my channel, if you could just go do that, that would be glorious. Hashtag Viewers Choice Saturday. Yes. You can make sure you go and vote. That would be glorious. All right, let's see here. Who are we going to raid? We'll do an official raid tonight. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's double raid. You don't need to leave Discord either. You know what? We're gonna raid B-Dub Sword. We're gonna raid. He's a good guy. He don't talk much. He's a good amigo on LDS Gamers. So we're gonna raid him. It's BWSWORD. So he's a good guy. Like I said, he doesn't talk much, but he's a good fellow. So we're gonna raid him now. So Deotis, thank you so much for joining me on this double raid. Good night, Isaiah Norris, wherever you are. We'll be back tomorrow night. Make sure, if you like what you see, hit that follow button. And we will be raiding B-Dub right now. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Goes off, it scares the heck out of me. I don't know, it's scared my own words. The Pharaoh, thank you for the raid. What were you playing this evening? Raid opened. Final Fantasy 14. I haven't played that game for like ages. I love that game. I just don't have a membership anymore, so. But yeah, that game was really fun. How you enjoying? Another raid after raid. That's really awesome. Thank you for that raid as well. Double raid. Double raid, right? Yeah, pretty much. Thank you guys so much for the raid. Oh goodness. Devil Bingo, we've been thanking you out. Nice. What were you for Legends, nice. Another game I haven't played for a long time. Anyhow, it's too late for me and I would like to really go to bed. Thank you for being on. Some good luck with more art tonight. Well, thank you so much for coming by. And for like a moment.